All right, My Way Journeys. We have been working on the van build. We've had two videos up on it on the progress of how that has progressed. And I'm here today to share with you the final build. 8 months it took me to finalize the interior and put any of the add-ons on the exterior. So I'm just going to walk through first what I used, and then we'll go through some images that I of the finished product in itself. So what to do here is an overview of the van. Just basically, I wanted to cover some specifications, the exterior, interior, and the undercarriage are the sections that I'll cover in the build in itself. So I bought a used single owner with just about 50,000 miles on it. It's a 2023 Ford Transit 350 all-wheel drive. It was a cargo van, 148 in length, and it's a high top. And it has a 3.5 V6 flex fuel. And then it came with a really good Carfax. So I was looking for this, I guess what I would call a unicorn van as I was searching. And it needed to have certain things, like I wanted a large in-panel monitor, and as clean, low miles as I could possibly get. So getting the 4.5 and seeing the history of the van was really important to me as I was looking at the van. Why a Ford Transit? Well, I looked at as I would be traveling around the U.S. and Canada, that Ford for me is a very trusted brand. The history of the Ford Transit, almost, I don't know, like 90% of the Ford Transits built are still out there, barring any from damage, accidents or something like that. But otherwise, they're running and out there. The availability for service and parts was important as I traveled across the U.S. and Canada. So if I did have a breakdown, at least I knew would be able to get parts and service. And as I just said, my travel plans are to stay within the U.S. and Canada with this travel van. So from the front view, you can see that I added the Ford Transit hood protector on the very front hood, and then I used a Milliporn 148 Transit roof rack. This was really nice, lightweight aluminum instructions. It was designed to go on the Ford Transit, so that was really nice that everything lined right up to the predefined bolt downs on the roof. So that really is helpful. And I was worried about protecting not only my Max Air fans but also my solar panels, which would be mounted up here as well. So the fairing really does give it that airflow over the top. On the side views, you can see that I did add some bunkhouse windows on both sides. And the visor rain guards over the doors, driver and passenger doors. The insulated bunk window covers I put in after the fact, just for case it was light out where it was at. The Volterra 3-inch gate. I thought about using the electric pump to drain my gray water tank, but I really just wanted it to be able to open and close it and use it. If I'm at a park that has a dump station, I can just do that. It's only sink water and shower water, so it's not really, there's nothing else there. So it's an easy clean out if I need to. I did use the Marinco 30 amp Sure Power inlet for my 30 amp power, and then I also added the water inlet, so a Tonda Store RV City Water inlet. So we'll see my water system coming up. On the passenger side, I went with the same, the window visors, the awning, the bunkhouse window, the insulated bunkhouse covers, and then you can see here that the Livorno running board on the sliding door side. Very helpful. That first step is a little bit high, so it was nice to have that initial little step up into the van. So very nice, but it looks clean. It's very white. So I was looking to add some color in some places potentially, but we'll see. That could be later on. On the roof, I did, as I mentioned, the Max Air fans, the solar panels, and then I did add a Starlink with a magnetic hold down, and then wired that in and directly powered that in. And I added a 12-volt power source, so that just ties right into my normal power panel. And again, so I don't have to run my inverter in order to power, but have available the Starlink all the time. For appliances and equipment, I went with the Eliason instant shower hot water. You can see here in the top left. And then I used a Trillino composting toilet on the upper right. And then I added the Rec Pro microwave, and then I did the sink, nice, really 13 by 15 by 9, really nice sink, ties in well to my water system. Really, with the water pump I use, it's like you're at city water power when it comes out. Really works well. Use the generic cooling heater. It works well for heating. I haven't tried it in the cooling mode yet, but again, that is 110, so I will need to run my inverter when I do run that if I should need it. But it's nice to have out there. Use and then I went with the Neutromo 12-volt Blu-ray player, and then I have a Magic Cube mini projector, which projects onto a screen, and you'll see an image of that coming up in a future slide. For the garage area, it really was about the services. So you can see here that I've set up my system to use tank water, not knowing how it was going to go for as far as the winter months if I was traveling, but I wanted to add antifreeze in the line, so drain the water out and run antifreeze. So I have an antifreeze. I have a quick dump to dump the water out of the tank, the antifreeze line. I have city water bypass, and then one-way valves just to make sure that nothing bleeds back into the system. Use the C-Flow water pump in accumulator. Works perfect. I mean, what a great combination there. For my power system, I went to Explorers Life after looking at a lot of other van lifers and the products out there. The Explorers Life team really were extraordinarily helpful in getting me the design based on what I wanted, and they provided me the build instructions, and then I just went ahead and did it. It looks a little overwhelming when the boxes all arrive and the parts are here, but the videos that they have and instructions they have on their site, as well as they're really quick to answer any questions if you have to ask them anything question. But again, we're running power from the charging for our charge controller from the van, solar, and then the 30 amp inverter with two rich solar 250 amp hour 200 amp hour batteries, but 250 amp hour panels on the roof. What's really nice about the power system is the Serbo GX. It really does provide you an overview of where your power is coming in from. Even with my panels on the shady side of my house, you can see in this video I'm pulling in 36 watts, which is good. And then the Sure Power was on and it wasn't drawing anything because nothing's really running in the van right now that needed 110. I do have a couple things that are running on 12 volt, and that's minimal. I also did configure it for tank levels, so my freshwater and gray tank levels are indicated here. Did tie those into the Serbo GX, as well as I added environmental monitoring using the Ruby exterior, and I think I'm going to put one in the garage space just so I have a better understanding of what the temperature is in the garage space where the electrical is housed as well. On the undercarriage, I did do an S&B 22-gallon underside. Now, if you go to S&B, you can get a passenger side, you can get a driver side tank. You can also get a larger fuel tank if you wanted to do that as well. But again, the custom fit to the Ford Transit design. They have it for the different models out there depending on which van you're using, but these ones were custom designed for the Ford Transit. And then I'm using a 14-inch water level sensor. I don't care for the side ones because they tend to get clouded and they give you an inaccurate reading from my experience from using having those in I used to have a fifth wheel, and just the sensors were always giving me miscalculations of what the tank side. On the running board, they do come in two parts. They sell you the running board, the actual piece you step on, and then independently the bracket kit is sold. And again, custom designed to the Ford Transit, perfectly lined up to the instructions. It was an easy installation to add the running board. I could have done them all the way up to the passenger side and the door side, but I just went with the running board kit. Very helpful, nice, easy installation. On the rear view, I did go with a custom Any from Etsy, and I had a custom design stickers, and then I mounted those. And again, the instructions really worked well. And then I also did the subscribe for my YouTube and Instagram channels with the QR codes there at the back as well. So for collaborations, I'm going to give credit out to Lauren Lawless, who really did some great videos on her prep. Britt and Mike had some really great work that they did. I was able to leverage all of these vendors, Mara Lavender and then Let's Go Travel, and Kate and Joe on the Go, both for ideas of what to do in the van and then also for actual instructions of what somebody did, and just so you can go back and rewatch over and over again. So very helpful, and a shout out to all of the 5 of those different YouTube sites. So I'm going to take a break and let's go through and watch just some snaps of the finished areas and some video of the van. Again, I want to thank you all for watching, and hope you get some ideas or ideation on a van build that maybe you're thinking about taking on. So thank you.